I am well. How are you?
Very good, very good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. This is,
Yeah,
our first time to get to know each other a little bit, and
yeah,
I just was, sent some information a little bit about you, very, very little. I'm
yeah.
really going on just a trust, really, just a trust that someone in my space has thought that you were someone that I should speak to. And they said that you know they kind of gave the impression that you were someone very noble, someone
Wow,
very noble. So
wow.
I thought, wow, I would really love to I really enjoy to speak with nobility. I
Oh,
really love to speak with nobility, and I wanted to find out a little bit about your lineage, maybe. If I
so
could understand, if I could understand what kingdom you came from, this would
so
be
I came
great because
from.
then I think we would maybe we would be able to connect.
Let me make up something quickly. Let me make up something quickly. So, well, I came from Israel. From the north, a small city. That was my kingdom.
Wonderful, wonderful. I love it. We're all kings and queens, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. In our own universe.
In our own universe, we're all kings and queens, and we all need to step into our kingdom, our queendom,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
need to.
I agree. I like it. Very nice. So that was Dustin that told you, yes?
I cannot remember. Someone did reach out and
Okay.
said that I should speak with you, and so I was intrigued. Okay, I'm very open to have conversation, and I am always about growing. I'm always about learning. I'm always about interacting. I'm about intention.
Yeah.
I'm about
Wow.
intention. And so, if we're going to have a progressive conversation, an intentional conversation, we're booking a time together. We're making the time for each other. And
Yeah.
we're sharing um, the universal force, the living energy, the
Yeah.
love, the
Mm-hmm.
balance, the harmony,
Yeah.
natural health, natural well
Wow.
being,
Yeah.
change.
Very nice. So what are you doing? Tell me about you.
Well, I guess now I am, trying my best to expand as much as I can. I'm just
Okay.
coming off of quarantine. All of us are, I think. But
Yeah.
for me, it's been like just, it's actually been a wonderful time. I
That,
started off with a bit of fear, like they were shutting my business down and shutting everything down. And of course there was some concern and worry, and I think that's been with everyone right now. I think so many people are worried right now, and that's so unfortunate, but everyone has to deal with this personally.
yeah.
And I chose personally 12 weeks ago to rise up in this and to decide that any fear that I was feeling, I was going to invite into my life. I called it all up, and I decided that I would use my shadow energy to propel me, to
Good. That's
inspire
very
me,
nice. That's nice.
to create something wonderful for my friends, for my relations, for my family, for everyone in my circle.
I love it. What is the business? What is your business that they shut down?
My business is, helping people to heal and change their lives with love.
Wow. Wow. That's very nice. So I have a very interesting definition for you for the word love.
Awesome.
So I define love as the urge to be together for no reason at all. The urge to be together for no reason at all. Because if there is a reason, it's not love, it's a business deal. So most people think about love as either a business deal or ownership. If I love you, so I own you. But actually, real love is the urge to be together for no reason at all. It's like I love my kids for no reason at all. Before I met them, I already loved them. And it's not important what they will do. I don't love their action, I love them. And I love my wife regardless of her action because she's my wife and because she's the mother of my kids. And it's more almost like an honor to love her. Because there's no reason at all. The moment that there is a reason, it's a temporary thing because reason may change.
As soon as there's a reason, then there's some personal gratification. There's something that I'm getting.
It's a deal. You give me, I give you. It's become a physical thing. There's a plus and minus, and it's not spiritual. Love is a spiritual quality. It is the urge to be together for no reason at all. The moment that there is reason, it's not love. When you meet someone and you fall in love with them, you don't see any flaw in them because you want to be with them for no reason at all. Once you find flaws, this is right, this is wrong, I like this, I don't like it, all this nonsense. Now we're talking about a business deal. You sell me something.
I love it. I love that, and I would add to it that this is a wonderful definition. I very much like it, and I would add to it by saying it. Love is also a frequency of vibration and expansion and alignment with that.
Now, frequency is a physical thing. Frequency exists only in the physical universe. Frequency has nothing to do with spirituality because the spirit is not physical and frequency is physical. What does the word frequency mean? The word frequency means repeat of particles within a second. So frequency is the repeat of a wave within number of seconds. Yes. So it's a physical thing. It has a beginning, middle, and an end. So frequency has nothing, zero, to do with spirituality.
That's an interesting point, interesting observation. But I would challenge it with a natural law.
What's the natural law?
I would challenge it with a natural law, and the natural law is that there are three planes. There are three planes of energy and frequency, and the first plane is the physical, and the second plane is the mental, and the third plane is the spiritual. And
let's define the word energy first. What does it mean, energy? Can you define it? How do you measure energy?
Definition of energy.
How do you measure energy? So energy is a physical thing. It has nothing to do with the spirit. The spirit is a nothingness, and let me explain. The smallest number in this universe is 2. Okay? So we've got plus and minus, big and small, beautiful and ugly. So the smallest number in this universe is 2. Okay? Do you agree with that or not? You cannot go, there's nothing in this universe that don't compose of force, counter force, plus and minus. The atom is composed of an electron and a proton, yes? So everything is composed of 2. There's nothing that composed of plus with no minus. Yes? Good.
Yes.
Which means that if everything is composed of 2, the smallest number, the basic unit is 2, which means what started this universe is started with 2. Are you with me?
Yes, the physical universe is 2. The physical universe is always 2.
It's composed of 2, yes. So it means that what created the physical universe is not composed of 2.
I would agree.
Good, which means that the spiritual universe, this thing that brought about the universe, is a universe of nothing. Nothing do not have energy.
Unmanifest space, unmanifest space. It comes from the unmanifest space.
It's not unmanifest, it's a nothingness. Nothingness means...
nothingness, not in the material, unmanifest, yes.
It's not immaterial, just not composed of 2. It may compose of 3. It may compose of 17.
I always have envisioned that as being composed of 1.
It's not composed of 2. That's the only thing that at the moment we can prove.
I would suggest that it's composed of 1. I would say that there was a source energy, a loving energy, that's separated into 2.
First of all, it's not an energy. Again, it's not an energy.
All right.
Energy only in the physical universe, because energy is defined as the release of potential within the physical universe.
Very interesting. So what you're saying is that it was not an energy in the unmanifest space. It was not energy. It separated from nothingness and created energy, which was 2.
Exactly. The nothingness brought somethingness.
Right. So from the nothing, the nothing decided it would manifest as 2 separate things to create energy, which became physical.
Yeah, the only physical thing can be created. The only things, something can come only from nothing. And nothing, the definition of nothing is only this thing that is not composed of 2. We don't know if it's composed of 1 or 17 or 77. We just know that it's not physical. It's not composed of 2. And all the rest is guesses. So
very, very nice. Very, very nice mathematics, sir. Bravo, bravo. I love it. Thank you for the share.
Good. So it means that the nothing brings something, so it has nothing to do with energy. So this is what we're talking about. We have the spiritual universe and we have the physical universe. Okay?
2 separate things.
2 separate things. The one is the boss and the one is the slave. The one is the creator and the one is the created. Okay? So enhance anything to do with energy, wavelengths, frequency, all those things that are physical are impossible in the spiritual universe because they are created by the spiritual universe. They brought about, which means they were not there before.
I am in agreement.
Good, excellent. So hence love cannot, if it's a spiritual thing, has nothing to do with wavelength. The moment that you go to wavelength, you go into emotions, and emotions is actually the handling of motion. Any wavelength is manifested in an emotion. Emotion is how you handle motion. So if I throw a ball at you and your emotion is enthusiastic, I throw a ball at you, you'll be very happy and you'll throw the balls all over the place. And if I'll give you a ball and you are conservative, I'll throw a ball at you, you will hold the ball and you look if everyone is happy, and only if everyone is happy, we both will play, but no one else. And if you are angry, I will throw the ball at you, you will hold it and you say, how dare you throw the ball at me? And if you're afraid, you will run away from the ball, etc., etc. So anything to do with emotion is always physical, because emotion is the handling of motion, and motion exists in the physical universe, not in the spiritual universe.
Right, time and space. Yes, that's the physical universe. So motion and space and time. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So the definition of the word love is the urge to share the same space for no reason at all.
And it's very interesting because it almost answers a question which I heard about in the Kabbalah. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah,
text?
of course. I'm familiar with the subject. I don't know what's the question, but
yes, you're familiar with the Kabbalah. Yes, you're familiar with the subject. Yes, excellent. So in the Kabbalah, they talk about the reason for life. They talk about the reason for life, and they talk about the reason for life being to create a creature and to bring that creature to impossible delight. Have you heard that before? To create something that you love, the purpose of life is to create something that you love. And
let's define what is love.
Right.
What is life? What is life? Because the purpose of life, what is life? Because if we didn't define the word life, although it seems that everyone will know it, it is the same. Like if I will say chaka chuka and you will say baba booba, and we don't speak the same language, although we call the same word, but we don't have the same picture.
Very important to have the same concepts and the same starting points. Absolutely. A foundational concept, life. Would you please define?
Well, life for me is the constant change that create constant change.
It's one moment unfolding after the other. It's constant.
Yeah, but for as long as there is
Constantly
change,
a choice, conscious choice. Yes.
yeah. So
One choice after another choice after another choice, always a different choice, always changing, constant change. Life is constant
change, not necessarily choice, because I can push you without choice, but you're still alive. You are more alive than someone that don't move. I don't know if you notice, people that die don't move. So these things that are alive are still moving, and a body that die is disintegrating. It still has some life in it, but it's disintegrating. The only thing is that the change is so small that it becomes physical. It has no life force in it. But life is the process of change. Good change, big change, small change, reverse change.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the answer for anything is actually by proper definition of the terms. If you have the correct definition of a term, you will actually, the actual definition will open the door to handle any problem relating to that term. A proper definition of the term will open the door to handle any problem related or any issues or anything related to that term.
Excellent. Yes.
Yeah. So that's life. So if we look at that as a life, and now we ask the question, then let's ask that question again. Ask me the question again.
What was the question?
You asked me something about life.
We were asking about the Kabbalah. We were talking about the Kabbalah, and I was saying that the definition in the Kabbalah that what you said kind of brought forth the idea inside of my mind was that the meaning of life, by definition of the Kabbalah, is to create a creature and to bring that creature to impossible delight, to create something, to spend a life creating something, and to love that process is how I interpret that information.
Okay, so by that definition,
to create something that you love, and to love the process of that creation. This is the purpose of the life.
So change is within the physical universe. The process of change is within the physical universe. What bring about this thing is the spirit. So we may say that the purpose of the spirit in the physical, as it affecting the physical universe, is to bring about change. That
I
would
love
be
that.
more.
That is brilliant. That is beautiful, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. So that will be more accurate. Yes.
Yes, the spirit brings about change in the physical universe. That is the purpose of the spirit. I love it.
But the purpose of the spirit within the game of the physical universe.
It is the purpose of the spirit from the perspective of the physical universe.
Exactly, within this game.
From this reference point.
Exactly, but only
we don't know from other reference points. We only know from this side of the equation. Yes.
Exactly. The spirit can go and
very nice, sir. Very nice. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. A very nice definition, a very clear, concise definition of 0 point and 2 and the ether, the spirit, not a frequency, and something that I've not considered, and a for certain truth now that I hear it spoken this way. Yes.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So I'll say something else that comes to mind. And I would I would bring up natural law again. I'd come back to natural law, and I would talk about the Hermetic principles. I would talk about the 7 Hermetic principles, and I would talk about the second law, which is as above, so below. And we're talking about the planes, of reality, the 3 planes of reality. So there are 3 planes of reality. The teaching goes, there are 3 planes of reality. The only thing that differs between the planes is frequency. The only thing between differentiating the planes is frequency. So of course, the frequency of the physical plane differentiated from the mental plane by frequency. These are both physical. We can agree there. But but a small separation here, and a bit of a ripple here with regards to your concept of spirit not having a frequency, which is not in alignment completely with the Hermetic principle here. So a little bit of a division here.
Yeah, but it's what I look at. I never look at any principle. I always look in a new unit of time. What makes sense to me? And I don't care who said what, because the source is useless. The data is important. So I look at the data, and up to yesterday, I didn't know A, and today I know B. And now I know that, and it makes sense to me. And I don't care if God said that, or Johnny, or Bonnie, or anyone. I just look and I say, well, that's what I see.
Well, Otherwise, that's a very interesting point. That's a very interesting statement, and I would also get behind it. And I would support you in it because of what the Buddha said. The sage Buddha said that there was 2 things. One, you had to know the way, and then the second thing was that you had to practice the way. So you have to learn the way and then practice the way. So again, obviously, those ahead of us or in the past have laid out a way, and we're to follow the way and then to practice it. However, the Buddha also said this, and he said, "My way is a way for you to go, but you put the boat on your back and you carry it up to the top of the mountain, and then." You go across the lake with the boat, and then when you get to the other side, you don't put the boat on your back and carry it up the mountain. You leave the boat because it helped you across the lake, but you don't carry the boat up the hill. So the Buddha said, you learn the way, you practice the way, but this is the way that I came. But then once you find your way, you have to let go.
Yeah.
To let go of my way. So these are only concepts. So. Yeah. The Hermetic principles would be a concept, a guideline for you to get conceptual in your mind. However, they're not absolutes. And the absolute authority is choice. The absolute authority is choice within the individual in the moment. And if this gentleman is a very wise man, he has chosen to make sense, logical sense, out of the data and the information. And I am 100% behind him.
Thank you. Yeah, and I will say that I will never choose a way. I will create a way.
Wonderful.
Because if I choose a way, I'm still in effect, and I will always lose, because the only way to win is to be cause and not effect.
Wonderful. Cause and effect. I absolutely agree with the law of cause and effect. Every cause has an effect. Every effect came from cause.
Yeah. So plus come before, minus cause come before effect. So the rod, the fact that there is a rod to choose from, it means that before that there was something bigger than the rod. Because the rod makes you an effect, yes?
The way is an effect?
Of course, the rod makes you an effect. The fact that you now need to choose between a chair or
walking the path.
Walking is now you are an effect because you have only 2. You have to choose between two. The right way will be to create something from nothing. So for as long as you are choosing, you are actually going down, because once you chose, you are in a jail of called the road. You're in a jail that called the road now because you're already on the road. And this is what happened to 50,000 people. Or 15
And then they
billion.
get lost on the road. They get lost along the way. They don't have the
Because
map.
it's not the on road.
They're gonna get lost. They have to find the next path because they have to find the next information that's missing. Whereas if I create it myself,
because it's not the on road. You see?
Because so they're trying to follow somebody else's road, then they always have to find the turn. They have to keep asking the person, "Where's the next turn? Where's the next turn?" Well, really, the turn is to choose for yourself and create what you wish.
Exactly.
Create the creature or the life that you wish. What life do you wish to create today, right now? What power do you choose to focus upon right now? The power of fear around you?
No.
Or the invincible power, the unlimited, infinite, boundless power within you? Which one do you choose right now to lead with, to lead from, to create with?
Yeah, so I would choose me, not the power within me, because I am the source. I don't have something within me. So I am source, and fear.
No separation. Can I ask you a question about that, sir? You are source. You are God.
Actually, everyone is God in his own universe, but not the God. Like, there is a God. Like,
can you please talk a little bit more about that paradox?
Oh, yeah, it's very simple. It's only a paradox when you think about it in a physical universe term, because in a physical universe term, there's 1, 2, 7, 20, and you separate them. But in the spiritual universe, there's no 1, 2, 7, 20. The laws of the spiritual universe do not apply. So you can be a God of your own universe, which we need to define what it means. What does it mean on universe? And there is the God that is a separate thing in the unseparable, within the unseparable. And in order to understand it, we need to go a few steps back. Okay, so yeah. Maybe this is not the right moment to explain it, because we need to draw it because otherwise people
it's a very complex paradox. It's a very complicated paradox in terms of thought and word.
Actually totally simple. It's very simple. There's nothing complex. If something is complex, it's only mean you don't know it. However,
it's hard to get it into words, perhaps.
It's easy to get it into words, but and I can get it into words in less than 1 minute. But for other people to understand it, they will need to see something visual. Why? Because they never saw it. If you never saw an airplane, or you never saw a chip, and I will try to explain to you what is a chip, you need some kind of a drawing so you will get what it is. So I can explain it quite easily in terms of what it is. So you've got the spiritual universe. It's a universe of nothing. And that universe is not the only universe that exists. And there are level of universes. So before the spiritual universe has existed, above it, there was a magic universe. And above it, there was another universe and another universes. And there were quite a few universes before we got to what we know right now. And this whole thing started at a no starting point. And to understand the whole process, how it happened, you just need to see the mechanics, or to understand the laws of the spiritual universe, or the law of the spirit. And the moment that you'll understand those laws, like you understand the laws of gravities, like you understand the Ohm laws, like you understand other laws in the physical universe, once you understand those laws, it will be quite easy for you to understand it. It's super simple, but it needs to be drawn, so it's not so esoteric, so you cannot follow it up.
And I would point to I would point back to the Hermetic principle for some simplicity here, maybe that might help to gather some clarity here, and might simplify this paradox and bring it into smaller words. And what it would be that the human life, the physical life, you know, the experience of the physical is is managed by the brain, managed by the thoughts and the words of the experience of the human. This is the human experience,
Not even
this
close.
physical
Not even
experience. So
close.
so
Sorry.
this physical experience would be something that's in a finite mind. The human experience, the physical
Mind and brain, mind and brain is
it
not the
exists
same thing.
it exists in a finite space, right? So this is the thoughts of a finite being, whereas the all creative, the original life creation, unmanifest, the all, this is an infinite being. So it has an infinite capacity to think, where we have a finite capacity to think. So our perspective from our perspective, um, you know, infinity is one thing, what we can collectively come to in our mind. And then infinity to the all creative force is another thing. It's something that we do not have conception of. So it's hard to discuss this paradox because of this difference between true infinity and physical infinity, perhaps might help to.
Yeah, okay. So mind and brain is not the same thing. The brain do not think. The brain has nothing to do with thinking. Do you understand that or not?
Brain is a
Do you?
receiver more. You could say the brain is a
No,
receiver more.
the brain is a switchboard. It's not thinking. And if you want, I can tell you a quick story about it. I have a very good friend that is a professor that deal with brain research in Israel. And never mind how we got to become very good friends. And one day I sat with him, we're doing kite surfing together, and I sat with him and he says, Meir, when the brain think, blah, blah, blah. And I said, hold on, the brain do not think. And he says, what are you talking about? Everyone knows that the brain think. And I say, if everyone knows something, it's probably proof that it's not true. So he says, no, the brain think. And I said, well, I'll prove to you that it's not thinking. And he said, how would you prove it? And I said, if I prove it, will you buy me dinner? He says, of course. I said, good. I'm Jewish. I'll take it. So, so I said, did you ever see someone that die and come back? He says, of course. I saw many people that die and come back. I said, okay, good. So when a person die, you see that the brain stop working. He says, well, yes, of course. And when they come back, he tell you everything he was thinking. But you know that the brain was not working. So obviously the brain do not think. Because if the brain was thinking, when a person die and there is no activity in the brain, then there should be no thinking. But when the person come back, he tell you everything that he was thinking while he was dead, including all the conclusion and everything that he saw. So the brain do not think. Good. So then what is the mind? Because you use the word mind. What does it mean, mind? Well, how would you define the mind?
How would I define mind?
Yeah.
Define mind as a collection of all thoughts and experiences of the human being. Collection of all
That's very
the
nice.
human being's thoughts and experiences.
That's very nice. Yeah, it's very nice. The mind, I would say, is a collection of pictures. Everything that you see or sense get registered in the mind, but not everything you thought. Thoughts is actually a substitute for action. When you look into your past, you take your past and you manipulate the pictures from the past. You think. Thinking is the manipulation of the past, which means you take something that it's a lie and you make it into a bigger lie. Why is it a lie? Because the past has nothing to do with now in terms of truth, because it can never be the same. You're never in the same condition. It's a different time, different space, different situation. So thought is, for as long as you will think, you will not act. You can say that thought is substitute for action, is what you do when you don't know. For as long as you don't know, you will think.
Until you take action.
Until you know, and then the manifestation of knowingness is action.
You start to bring it into action. The thought becomes action.
No,
it begins as thought, but everything in physical begins as thought.
It's stop as thought. And once you decide that you know, not because of a prior cause, once you decide, oh, I know.
A decision is made, a choice is made, a decision is made.
Now you know, now you can decide, and that decision bring about an action. So I'll give you an example. You drive a car, you know what you're doing. You drive a car, everything is okay. And now you don't know what to do. You slow down. You slow down, you slow down, you don't do anything, you stop. And then you say, oh, I know what to do. I know. Once you say, I know, you turn left. You see, and then you hit the wall, but that's a different story.
Brilliant, sir. Very brilliant, sir. You have done a deep internal study of your thought, a deep internal study of your thought. How long have you been practicing?
I've been looking at life for few lifetimes.
You were aware of that, like as if you remember that?
I know it, yes. I know my past life. I know.
You remember it? You remember it?
Yeah, of course. And you can remember it too. Everyone can remember it. It's quite easy to get any person to remember past lives.
We can. It's not. You know how to teach people how to step back into their past lives?
It's actually what I do. I remove enough blocks from you so past life become obvious. The only reason you don't want to see past lives is because the only person that you don't want to be is the person that you used to be. So once you are willing to be that person again, and it's quite easy and fast, you will see that you will have full recall of everything, including the smallest detail.
Unbelievable. You're telling me, sir, let me make sure I understand what you're saying. The reason why we don't remember our past lives is because of a fear of going back there. We don't want to go back there. We already had that experience and we don't want it anymore. So we've shut our mind to it. And the hardest thing to change is a mind, isn't it? So if we close the door that we don't want anything to do with that darkness anymore, then we shut it ourselves.
Yeah,
and it can never be opened until we allow it to be opened.
Yep.
Until we choose it to be open. Absolute. Wonderful, wonderful truth. And so how do we do that? So let's say, can you teach me how to do that right here, right now? Awesome.
I can, but I will not do it right here, right now in the next 5 minutes. Okay. But I can definitely teach you how to do that. And it's quite simple. And I've done it many times with many people. And it's easy. It's quite
very
easy,
exciting,
actually.
Very inspiring, very exciting. Wow.
Very easy. 99% of going back is understanding the mechanism, or I would say not 99%, I would say 50% is understanding the mechanism. 40% is handling what you've done that you are not so proud of. And the last 10% is a little bit of technique, and that's it.
So let me make sure I get that clarified. That the second point that you said was coming to terms maybe with what you did. So it's accepting yourself in your last life, accepting what you did in your last life.
What you did that you're not proud of, not anything that you did. What you did that you're not proud of. The only reason a person...
You didn't forgive yourself yet in your past life. You need to forgive this aspect of yourself, this shadow this low frequency bit of you needs to come to the light. It needs to be brought to the light. It needs to be exposed in order for you to heal. And then put that karma away in your life. Put that to bed in your life, so that's no longer driving you, the wheel, turning the wheel of karma in your life any longer. The wheel of becoming, the Buddha said. Yeah. Amazing, sir.
And it's quite easy.
So now, what is it that you do? You help people to, obviously, I hope you help people to love themselves.
What I do,
Step into their love.
I'll tell you what I do. Okay?
What do you do, sir?
Okay, what I do, there's something that's called fake reality. A fake reality is a piece of information that you are 100% sure is true, but when you use it, it doesn't bring the expected result. So when you want to teach someone anything, you don't teach him by adding data, but you need to teach him by deleting fake reality. Why?
Wow.
Yeah.
Good. That's it, because that's how we heal our bodies. That's what Dr. Arnold Ehret said, is we don't heal our bodies by adding to the body. We heal our bodies by revealing the health that is within the being. This is completely in alignment with what I know to be true, sir.
Good. Very nice. Why? Because the spirit is this thing that knows. So trying to teach you something actually make you into an effect, which is not true, because you are cause, you are
a result. You become a result, a programmed being.
Yeah, you become an effect. So we cannot give you data. You cannot give a person data. I mean, you can force on him data like it's happened at school. But the only way to actually learn is to remove data so you can recreate what you already know.
Come into my power, step back into my power, bring people back to their power.
Yeah. So basically,
so you ground people and center people in their power.
So what I do, I'm actually showing people that they know.
How revealing to people, having people see it and realize it for themselves. So a person that is, having some health problem or some pain or not accomplishing a certain goal or trying to fix their relationship or trying to make more money, these people are, reaching out to you. Is that who's reaching out to you? What do people reach out to you for?
I have actually 3 areas that I'm handling. Number 1 is the family. So anything to do with family, children. Yes, I'm doing a family academy where I teach families how to be a family, like parents, how to be a parents, children, how to be a children, and just how to communicate and how to actually be a proper family. So that's the first thing that I'm doing. And I've done this thing together with with my best friend in Israel, and we delivered that in Israel for more than 1 million people already with huge
family
success.
Family coaching.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is the first thing. The second thing I think.
Wonderful, unique, wonderful. Thank you for sharing. The second thing you do is?
I teach people how to become Jewish. No, I'm joking. I'm just.
And he tells jokes too.
I teach people how to make money because.
God, step into your abundance. Yes, claim it.
Yeah, because you cannot be spiritual while you are hungry. So you have to learn how to actually create money, and a lot. And the third thing I'm teaching people is once they have money, once they actually know how to manage the physical universe and to have money, I teach them how to become actually themselves, how to know. And basically I'm teaching them that they are the source of all the knowledge that they will ever have. And I show them how to actually realize that they are. Because once you realize that you are, you simply know. You don't need to learn anything. You simply know. And this is the biggest magic in the universe. You see people that all of a sudden know a whole subject without learning it. So that's the three things that I'm doing. And if anyone listening to me or listening to us, what I suggest is that you'll follow me on Meir Ezra Official on Instagram, or go to meirezra.com and you can find the different, the free webinars that I'm doing, the paid seminars, there are all these videos, there's all kind of things. And just maybe for a second, I see there are many people on the chat here that we didn't even say hi to. So let me say,
no, wow.
yes, so
Let's make sure we answer anybody's questions on any chats.
Yes, Swapna and Pedro, hi. Yes, Pedro, and come before the beginning, yes. And we've got Gilly, hi Gilly, and Amit, and a Facebook user. And Shamaya and Raymond, hello Raymond, and another Facebook user, and Avi Budara, hello, and Nomi, hi, love that, they all love it, they all say, and Gabriel says, awesome, loving this conversation, amazing conversation, hi Meir and John, Kagash, and hi John, and wow John, they like you a lot. And Raymond says physics versus spiritual principles. Very nice. Great interview. Beautiful definitions. Yes, very nice. So everyone loving it. That's basic.
Wonderful. I'll tell you, I've been very inspired by our conversation today, Meir. I have to tell you that I've been very inspired. I love what you've done. I love what you've learned from within yourself, intuitively from your own source power within. That's the only way that this can happen, people. Just so you know, that's the only possible way that this can happen. This is an alignment. This is an alignment with our true light. That's what this is. It's a complete alignment with the authentic power that's within every single one of us. That's what this is. I would love, to propose something that because I'm so inspired by this gentleman, that I would like to do my part to make sure that I bring forward this gentleman in any way that I can. So what I would like to propose is that I collect a date with this gentleman. I collect a date for, I think a great date is September 21st. So the first Monday around there. I think it's a very good date because I think it's a date when kids go back to school and moms and dads kind of have a bit more free time, and it's the fall and it's time to get going again. It's kind of a get back to it. I would like to connect with this gentleman for a collective program where him and I are bringing exercise, nutrition, and mindset coaching, wellness, health, wellness, pain relief, abundance, family, love, relationships. I'd like to see him and I collectively come together to teach as many people as we possibly can this fall to heal and change their own lives, to empower as many people as this gentleman and I can reach out to together. I would like to collect with this gentleman and unite with this gentleman and share along with this gentleman freely for 10 days. I'd like to co-create with him. So if he could offer and I could offer, and we could collectively come together and share something that we would give to both of our communities and to everyone that would be open and willing and wanting to learn and grow and step into the very best selves. I would like to work with this gentleman in the fall and invite everyone to come to something that will be magical and transformative for everyone that's included.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Really, really amazing. Good.
That inspires you? That inspires you?
I love it. I love it.
Okay,
Well done.
so that's what we need, because that's what has to happen is we're all co-creators. We're all able to create. We're all able to create. We're all creative force. So if the creative force within this very magical gentleman is inspired by my thought, this creative thought inside of me is wanting to interact and create with this man and collect upon this date around September 21st, the first Monday thereabouts. We'd have to get into the day timer and planner and whatnot. But I would like to share back and forth some exercise, some nutrition, some mindset, some coaching about finances, some coaching about relationships. Let's bring it all together for everyone to step into their very best health, to step into their very best wealth, to step into their very best self, to step into their love, to step into their power, to step into their light. I want to be guided with this man. I want to be in union and alignment with this man and what he's doing and saying this fall. And I want to bring this man forward to everyone that wants to learn and grow from him.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward for September. Thank you very much. It was really very nice conversation. You're amazing. Obviously, you know that. So thank you. Thank you.
I guess, listen, we both bring something to the table, right? And that's what we need to do. We both need to bring our best.
Exactly. Yes.
Right? We both bring our very best, and we both bring our light for everyone that loves us.
Yeah. Very nice. Really, I like
to our
that.
community, to those that love us, to those that want to learn about loving themselves, for all those that want to step into the power that's within them. That's the power that we're talking about. That's the power that we will be sharing at our event.
Yeah. Thank you.
In September, the fitness summit, the natural health summit, the love summit, the learn how to love yourself this fall sort of thing. I'm not sure what we're going to call it yet. I'm just throwing out some ideas. We're going to have to do a lot of brainstorming. What I would suggest would be if we could meet each week from now or every other week, we meet, we create content. We create it together by us talking about it.
Yes. Yeah. No problem.
We get together, we create it, we record it, and we share that information so people can see it coming to life in real time. And that's going to be content for us to share the information about the event so people can watch and learn and grow as we come into the event, and then be involved completely in every single aspect of it. We will raise up the frequency of everybody with movement, with thoughts, with words, with foods, with intentions, with ground, with the power of our earth, with the power of our sun, with the power that's all around us, the life force energy that is here that unites every single one of us.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everyone watching. And I will see you very soon then.
Yes, we will book our next time, and we'll just meet each week, and we'll bring it into reality for ourselves and for everyone else that's following along.
I love it. Thank you. See you.
Awesome, brother.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you.
Yes.